Okay, Mr. Skull was talking about how oils and water and things like that don't mix. Oil is what is called hydrophobic, which means water-fearing. The water itself, anything that likes water, is hydrophilic. So what's going to happen? Mr. Skull mentioned the density column we did for a demo for you guys early in the year. What's going to happen when I put this oil in here? Let's see. Did it mix? No, it did not mix. Now, as you're going to notice, I want to get all these little bubbles out here, so I'm going to use my little Save the Environment reusable straw. Okay, now, in this demonstration, I'm going to use the beet juice. Now, notice there's water on the bottom, there's oil in the top, and you're going to see a lot of these little bubbles here, which are slowly disappearing on the bottom. And notice they're spherical. That is why lipids or fats are one of the major components of our cell membranes. Without fats, we would not have cells. Without cells, we don't have life. So now I want you to kind of think, what do you think is going to happen? So I have water here, which is on the bottom. I have oil, which is on the top. I'm going to get a little bit of my beet juice here. Now, what do you think is going to happen when I drop this in? Watch carefully. Notice how it's sitting right on the top. Now, this is something when you guys had biology, this is kind of like you can view it as a cell doing endo or exocytosis, which means in or out of the cell. But notice how it's kind of sticking together. For this little bit of beet juice, generally what will happen is it will sit, and I just frankly don't feel like I don't have enough memory on my phone to make that big of a video. But eventually what will happen is it will kind of pop and shoot through the other side. I'm going to help it out a little bit. Now, earlier in the year, we kind of taught you guys about different types of bonds and if things were polar or they weren't polar and whatnot. Well, here's salt, which is sodium chloride, and it's held together by ionic bonds. So it breaks into pluses and minuses. So that would make it polar. It's not going to, what do you think is going to happen? I'm going to start sprinkling this over. Now guess, make a hypothesis and watch. What just happened? Now let's put in a big clump of salt. Actually, I'll put in a big thing of beet juice. I'm going to put a real big drop in and watch this. I'm going to put another one in. And another one. And notice how they are all sitting right on that layer between the lipid and the water. And very slowly, notice how they're breaking through. This is actually it's a fun thing. If you have little brothers and sisters out here, you can do this very easily with food coloring. But what we learned today, or what to review, oils are less dense than water. It's getting windy out here. And they are hydrophobic. They don't like water. Notice how they're not getting together. Yet the salt, when I put the salt under here, salt does like water, but it's hydrophilic. So I put the salt through. Look what just happened. It just drug it all to the bottom, and it has a layer of oil around it, but you're going to see very slowly as that oil goes up, it will slowly dissolve. So that's our lab for today. We're going to continue with another one that's a little bit more, I guess we'll do like a cooking related thing along that line. So I'd like everybody to have a wonderful day. Miss every one of you guys. I'm out. Take care.